Okay, we're going to talk about how to do the spring supplement this year. The spring supplement is different because it does not use eDesign. It is not created on an internet-based program. It is created using InDesign, which you guys have been working on. So we are going to go ahead and get started on how to get started on your spread. So we are heading into our drive to All Things Yearbook. We're going to go to Spring Supplement Template. And here is our actual template, and we have a thing called, okay, just making sure I know what I'm doing here before I tell you. Okay, so our final pages are going to be in here. There will be a folder for each and every page. You're going to go ahead and open the Spring Supplement Template. InDesign is a big program. It can take a while to open, so be patient. Alright, and once it does open, we need to go right away and do a File Save As. So we're going to go to File Save As, and we're going to name the document for whatever spread you have been assigned to. So I'll go ahead and create the boys track one right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put that into the final pages, which is where I want it. First though, I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to go ahead and name that folder Boys Track. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that spread in there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I would like you to end up putting all of the images that you choose for the spread into that folder, just the final ones, the ones you actually used, and any of your notes and anything that would accompany the spread should all go in there. The reason being is because this isn't eDesign, I can't go and search for your pictures like I can, so I need those pictures to be totally accessible and not have to hunt through 1,000 pictures in the regular image folder. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. Okay, then let's just talk about the spread here a little bit. So the spread itself, you've got a little mod here which is kind of like a cluster of images. This can be all related to one subtopic part of your spread. It can just be more images of whatever your topic is. So let's say you were doing track and you had a I don't know, a hurdler or runner here. Maybe over here you want to get into the jumping sports, and so you decide to title this about something to do with jumping, and every picture has a high jumper or a long jumper or a hurdle jumper or something like that. So maybe you want to make that be something specific, and again, doesn't have to be. Your main headline here, your subhead, which will be basically your topic, going here. Over here you're going to have a mod. Notice that you don't have any captions to do, so this is really a photography assignment, and I do expect quality photography, and the spread that you have been assigned to, you are responsible for the photography. So great if somebody else gets out there and shoots your event, but if you say I want to do boys track, note that all of the final pictures, you know, really are, if they're good, that's great and that's good for you, but if they weren't and you say, well, I'm not the one who took them, too bad, so sad, you should have taken them. Over here for the mod, love to have these not just be headshots if possible, and love to have them obviously be about some type of topic. So again, if this is just going back to track, you know, maybe over here you're going to do something about shot putters, you know, or something like that, and you've got 3 different people, you know, doing the shot put or whatever, and they talk about it. Or maybe it's not something, maybe it's about you know, being under pressure or getting out of the starting block, or, you know, beating your personal best, or whatever it is. Make sure you've got a specific mod type of thing in mind. Okay. When we go to place images, this is where it gets tricky with InDesign. So I'm going to go through that with you right now. And so I've got to move this over again. You're going to go and get your images. So we're going to go to File, Place. we're going to get the pictures, and I'm just going to go with this picture folder that's right here, and I'm going to pick an image. So let's talk about a couple things. First of all, I have this giant dominant photo that's tall. I cannot pick a wide image to go in a tall image slot. It's not going to work. It will distort the image. So I definitely need tall pictures. You as the photographer need to remember that you need to take wide and tall images for your spread. And you really need to be thinking about your dominant photo when you go out for this photo shoot. It's going to be really super important. So let's say that this were my spread and I have this tall picture right here. Okay, it's gonna happen by, it kind of comes into a placeholder and it's looking for a place to go. So I'm going to go ahead and touch here. Now you can see it's zoomed way into the picture, and that's not necessarily what I want to have happen. So I have a couple of options. I can, and this is the other funky thing about InDesign, is it has two arrow togglers here that you are going to have to get familiar with. It's confusing, not one of my favorite things about this program, but we just have to deal with it. We're going to take this lower arrow, which gives us this hand tool. Now with the hand tool I can move around. The problem is I really need that video camera in this picture, and this hand tool is not allowing me to do that. So in order for me to zoom this out, I need to go and right click on the picture and go to fitting. Now this is very important. We want to fill the frame proportionally, or fit the content proportionally. Proportion means that it will not distort or stretch the image. These are the only two options you are allowed to use when you do this. So I'm going to try fill the frame first, and that zooms it out, which is nice. Now I've got Kaylin here with the camera, and now I'm using my hand tool. Now I have to be careful because I can't have this gray band showing. I've got to make sure that I am within my image parameters. Okay, and I'm going to click off, take a look. Okay, I like that. Let's say I wanted to get rid of some of this dead space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on this, but when I pull on it, I must hold the Shift key. I'm going to say that again. Shift, then pull. Okay, it keeps the proportion of the image. Once again, Shift and pull. Okay, that way my proportions stay intact. Never pull on an image without holding Shift. Never pull on an image without holding Shift. Don't like what you did? Control Z is your best friend. You can use Control Z a million times in InDesign. And so I can just keep clicking it all the way until I get back. Or I could also just go back and tell it to fill the frame proportionally. Once again, I could go to fitting. Let's see what it does when I click fit content proportionally. Now what it has done is it is not giving me my full frame. So that is definitely not going to work for this particular image box. So I'm going to go again to fitting, fill frame proportionally. Okay? And then if I want to enhance it from there, I must be using the blue highlighting, which is the bottom arrow, grabbing it, holding the Shift key, and pulling. You will know if you've screwed up your picture because it will look pixelated. That is unacceptable and you will have to redo it. So please make sure that you follow these instructions carefully. Okay? There could be some circumstances where we have to do some pre-editing to an image to make it work in a particular box. If that's the case, you can come and talk to me and I will teach you how to do that. Make sure you save frequently. Once you've done the save as and actually have your spread and it says your title right here so you know that it's yours, Boys Track Spread, I just simply say save. So no big deal there. And let's see, font-wise, you are going to want to make sure you're just highlighting and typing over the top, okay? Because if you hit delete, you lose your font, which we don't want to have happen. So make sure that you're not using delete to get rid of our fonts. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Over here, you're going to have a double layered image where you're going to have one over the top. Okay, this is the one that will be on top of this one. It can be challenging to choose the correct picture. I will give you an example of that. I'm going to close this out. I'm going to open up our talent show spread. Elena and Talia worked on this, and it took a while to find two images that would really work for this particular mod right here. Okay, now over here we have an overlay as well. This one was a little easier because we have a wide picture where we can have something scooched over with the hand tool so that this one can come in and overlap it. Not too bad. This one over here, because it's a square, is a little tougher. Finding the right image so that you have some dead space to bring this overlay on the top of is going to take some work. So you're going to need to really take a lot of pictures. You're also going to need to be thinking about how you're going to do that. This picture of Mr. Mead is actually flipped. The original image, Mr. Mead, was over here. And we have this lovely tool right up here that I am pointing to with my hand. If you can look at the hand tool, it's flip horizontal and flip vertical. So that's very nice. So we were able to just flip Mr. Mead to this side so that we could get our image in here of the talent show girls. Okay, so just to view, you've got a whole spread here. We've got talent, we've got a variety of talented people, we've got a headline. Right here, I'm going to pull on this because I don't, oh, it's locked. We have locked things down. Please ask before you unlock something and make sure that it's okay that you do that. And we've got over here, the topic is stage fright. And so this is a pretty nice looking spread. Okay, and then they've still got to get their interviews in place over here with these girls talking about stage fright. We're going to always save our changes and close out. Okay, so basically the idea is to have a folder here with your topic and your spread, and again within here I'm going to create another folder that is going to say final pics on spread. Every image that is on your spread before you submit and be done must be in this folder. Okay? Any notes or interviews or anything else you have need to go in this folder, not somewhere else. Okay? We have to have everything in one location so that we can do this. All right, if you have any other questions, see me. Thank you.